Alright, I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible. What I've got here is a new jig that I came up with for holding my Festool domino. And it evolved into essentially turning it into a stationary tool somewhat. What I originally had thought I was going to do was just use it to install or not install, but calibrate this positioner fence that they have for small pieces, because for me it was kind of too clumsy to play around with this while it was sitting upside down and rocking around. So I've got a couple pieces here, and this is what I envisioned happening, is that I can now put the piece in and I can slide it back and forth till I find my center line, which I don't have on here yet. Let me put one on here quick. Let's see here. Let's just go right here. Even if it isn't center, we'll call it good. I'll make 2 marks here. And I also need a vertical or a horizontal line to register from as well. Okay, so loading my piece, I got my center line and then my registration line. I can put it in here, center it up on my mark, right about there. Tighten these down. And now I know I'm good here. This is done. And even there, it'll hold the piece. So I can slide it up till I get to that vertical line, right there, and that's where I want to make my cut. So the original thought is, well, okay, now you take it out, you stand your joiner up, or your domino up, and you locate that registration line and make your plunge down into the piece. Well, what I found was I can just do it right here, because I thought, well, why don't I just make a stop here. It registers against the handle, and now I can make my plunge cut that way. So let's try it. I'm interested in seeing how it's going to work. I'll get this back in here. There you have it. So I think for working with small pieces like this, this is the best way to go, especially if you're using the 5mm domino or the 4mm. Your pieces, you know, I'm thinking that maybe I want to do some drawer dividers or something with smaller pieces. And you're going to use even a smaller cutter, so there's even less force required to push it through that workpiece. But I think that is going to be pretty slick. That can go in there now like that. I can make my other cut if I had this set up, which I don't, but if I had it set up for the depth, I could bring this up here, bring my other piece in, and make my cut right here. Well, let's just do it for the heck of it, even though I'm not set up. And lock that fence down. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to get this The thing that I lose when I do it this way though is I don't have this stop out here. So I'm going to have to hold the handle, I'll hold the workpiece down with my thumb and we'll try it that way. Now you're going to want to have that piece clamped down, but it did work. Perfect registration. So maybe if yeah, you gotta hold it down. But what I'm getting at there is if your piece was thinner, like this, you can see that it's not gonna register on the table because there's that gap there. Open this up. There, now you can see the difference between this surface and that one. So you'd have to have some kind of a block underneath this to hold it in the right position. So in this case, if I were, I'd be using this size domino. I think this would work out pretty sweet. So that's the jig. I've got all the drawings, you know, with the particular measurements you're going to need to pay attention to if you build this. But for setting things up, I think it's perfect for that. And for adding these accessories on, you know, keeping your hands free, even if that's all you use it for, it's perfect. Mounting that. And mounting these. And the piece is not moving, you know, or the tool is not moving while you're trying to put that stuff on there. So that's the jig. If you're interested, you can watch the rest of the series and see how it evolved. If not, then you can move forward. Or if you just want to, if you like what you see and you want some drawings, drop me a line. Thanks for watching.